Welcome to Health Talk here on AETV Live. My name is Ogaga Ikaba, and I'm your host. Health Talk is where topics beneficial to your health are discussed. So it's wise of you to subscribe to this channel if you are yet to, and turn on notifications so you always be notified whenever there is a new video. So, as I stated, I get to discuss topics beneficial to your health, and I don't do this alone. I do this with health practitioners, health professionals, and today I've got a medical doctor and who belongs to the Department of Public Health from the Federal Medical Center, Asaba, Delta State, in the person of Dr. Chinonye Obiwon. Hello, Doc. Welcome.
Hello, thank you very much.
Good to have you.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Smile.
Thank you.
All right. So today we're going to take the topic that is kind of gender-based, but it's a topic that also both genders should be well informed on. And I'm talking about menstrual cycle. The menstrual cycle is only experienced by female gender, but if you are a man that gets married to a woman, you should be well informed about the menstrual cycle. And even as we begin to discuss on this, I'll tell you why I made this statement. So, Doc, what is the menstrual cycle? Then you now tell us menstruation. So, when you hear menstrual cycle, what's a man that is watching this now is like, okay, what is that? So, can you make that man understand what the menstrual cycle is?
Okay, in simple words, I'll say that menstrual cycle is changes that occur in a woman between one menstruation to the next menstruation. So, it's kind of changes that occurs.
Okay. Yeah. Changes that occur in a woman from one
body, yeah,
from one menstruation
to the next, yeah.
So now it brings to the question, what is menstruation?
All right. So, I'll try to make it as simple as possible. Menstruation is the discharge of blood or tissue from the uterus through the vagina. You know the uterus? We can call the uterus as the baby bag.
Okay.
So, when the woman is pregnant, the baby stays there. But peradventure the woman is not pregnant, the inner lining of that uterus, that's the endometrium, sheds off in form of menses or what we call period.
Okay.
And this happens monthly in a woman's life, even though sometimes some people see it twice, depending on the cycle length.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you said that you mentioned uterus, which you also call the baby bag.
So that we all will understand.
Yeah, it's mentioned good, right?
Yeah.
What people call the
Yes.
All right. So, okay. So at what age does this menstruation get the discharge of blood or the lining of the uterus from the uterus through the vagina? At what age is that what people call period?
Okay, it varies in women, it varies in individuals. Some persons who say they started seeing their, like, menarche, that's the first menses, that's what we called.
Menarche.
Yeah. Started seeing theirs at the age of 9. Some persons even say 8, as early as 8 years old.
Wow.
But mostly it's between the ages of 11 to 14. That's when most of the adolescents start seeing their menses.
Okay. So, should someone be scared when they are 15, 16, and they've not started having their monthly flow?
No.
It's not,
No.
it's
No.
nothing abnormal.
It's not a cause to alarm. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, at what age should somebody be concerned definitely?
Okay. You know, by age 17, even that 16, some persons still see their menses. But you know, when you're now going to your 20s, 18, you have not seen, 19, you need to go and see your doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, let's get on menstrual cycle. So it means, and he said, maybe within a duration, most likely once every month or sometimes even more. So, medically speaking, on the average, what is the duration of a normal menstrual cycle?
A normal menstrual cycle is between 21 to 35 days.
21.
To 35 days. And it is very essential for girls, for women, to know their menstrual cycle. Yeah. Most of us, some of us don't even know our cycle length if you are asked. We ought to know our cycle length. So it helps us to know, at least basically, to know when next you are expecting your next period. Because it can disgrace, it can be disgracing, You can imagine when you get over, you'll be like, someone tells you there is a stain, like, I don't know. But assuming you know that within this period, that's when you're expecting your next menses, you'll be ready. And we have to tell our girls, especially when they're passing through puberty, that this is what they are expecting.
Okay. Before the men are...
Yeah, before them, because it is weird for some girls if they see blood coming out of the underwears. Some are shocked and some now receive all these misinformations about it, not knowing that it's a normal thing. So we parents, guidance, supposed to tell our girls when they are going through puberty, when you notice that they have started developing breast bulb, axillary hair, pubic hair, your girl is growing, you have to sit her down and tell her, see, you expect so thing very soon, so that the girl will know what to expect and how to take care of herself.
Okay, so now, while we're explaining the duration, you touched on the things that I just want to share light and more light on, and then we talked about it. It's important for a person to know when to expect their period.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons to be avoid to avoid the environment that comes with it.
Yeah.
What other benefit comes from knowing when the baby moves, what to expect afterwards, or understanding that situation? What are the benefits that I see apart from what gets the environment?
Okay, the benefit, at least you know your cycle length, because when you start seeing your period, that means you're a full grown woman. You are now a woman in their reproductive age. So in case you are now ready to settle down, at least this is the time I'm expecting, this time I'm fertile, I can have a sexual intercourse, I can get pregnant within this period. So I also know your self period and cool. So you just have to know your body and know that within so time I have to put on something because I might expect something like my menstruation today, or like you just have to know yourself. And if you go to the hospital in case you have a health challenge, they might ask you questions like, did you see your menses? Like, when did you see if you don't know, the doctor, you are not making it easy for the doctor. But at least if you know your cycle, the doctor will know when to expect. And if you don't know your cycle, you don't even know whether you are normal, because some misses their cycle. Like some misses their menses, and they don't know if that's their cycle length is normal or not. Because the normal, like I said, is between 21 to 35. Imagine if your cycle length is more than 35 and you don't know. Do you understand? At least you know that there is an issue, or it is less than 21. Be like, because I know my body and I know my cycle and I see my period, be like, you calculate, it's not even up to 21, or it's more than 35 days. What's happening? At least you know when to go and see your doctor and be like, doctor, I didn't see my period, or I saw my period but it's less than. At least you know what to complain about. But if you don't know, at least when will you know that something is wrong with you?
Okay, so of course, medically it is beneficial to know the duration of your cycle. Now, let's talk a little bit about the phases and staging. Because having an understanding of the menstrual cycle, I know that there are stages, and you didn't mention the name, but you were saying safe period and when to take in your fertility period. I know all that is encompassed in the phases and stages and cycles.
Okay. In phases of menstrual cycle, the first stage, which is the menstruation, it occurs first to 7 days. So that's the menstrual flow is between 4 to 7 days. Though some persons get lesser than that, but if yours is more than 7 days, that means there is a problem. So the first phase, which is the menstruation, as I said, that's the discharge of the inner lining of the uterus through the vagina. So that's the first stage, and this is the period where your progesterone and estrogen are low. So the second stage now brings us to the follicular stage. This is the growth and maturation of the follicles. Here the luteal, that's where there is maturation and growth of your eggs. So the next stage, which is the ovulation, and sorry, I forgot, the follicular stage is between from 7, because your menstruation is from 1 to 7. The follicular stage is now from 7 to 14. So now gets us to the stage of ovulation, which is 14 days. But most women, their ovulations are not 14, are not on the 14th day. So that's why we ought to know our cycle. Their ovulations are not on the 14 days. So 14 days are mostly when the people, their cycle length is 28 days. That's the middle of that 28 is now their ovulation day. So, but most women, their ovulation days are not 14, but we are just using 14 here. So this is the ovulation stage, that's day 14. Then the next stage is now the luteal phase. That's the stage of implantation of the egg. That's when I will now say that the eggs have now been fertilized and they are ready to implant, and then boom, you're pregnant.
Alright, so now just a recap and to be sure that I got everything and you hear I also got it right. So menstruation happens within the first 7 days when the lining of the endometrium, which is in the uterus womb, comes out through the vagina as blood. Then the follicular phase is when the eggs begin to mature.
Yeah.
7 to 14 days within that period. Then ovulation, that's the fertility period.
Yeah.
The egg is already mature.
Yes.
So when it meets with any sperm cell, it's a zygote. Can be formed, right?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Oh, you explained it better than
My biology class.
wow.
We have the luteal phase.
Yes.
So this is where
Implantation.
Okay, implantation.
The eggs are now implanted. Yeah.
So now this is how the cycle. So if the eggs are not fertilized and implanted, then it goes back to menstruation again.
Yeah.
That's why it's a cycle.
Yes.
Alright, it's still Health Talk here on AETV Live with Ogaga Ekama. I'm still speaking with Dr. Chinoye Obiuma, and she's giving us a rundown on how the menstrual cycle works. She has told us what the cycle is, what menstruation is, and the different phases. In the next episode, we find out the symptoms, how to tell that your period is almost at the door, and we'll also look at abnormal menstruation. We're going to turn on notifications so you'll be notified when the next episode drops.